People are searching for podcast episodes more than blogs, and an entire generation of people make purchasing decisions based on whatever comes out of an influencer's mouth, which means an entire tsunami of change is coming to content creation. And if you don't adapt fast, then you're going to get swept away with last year's algorithm. But before we talk about exciting changes and new opportunities, we have to talk about the deceased. And at the top of that list is the day in the lifestyle vlogging. 10 years ago, this was the most popular style on YouTube. Creators like Casey Neistat, Zoella, and Fun for Louie all skyrocketed in popularity by inviting their viewers into their world and delivering a real, often casual, slice of their life. In 2016, vlogs represented 27% of all creator content, but by 2022, it was down to just 12%. And that number is likely even smaller now. Although there are some famous influencers like Emma Chamberlain who are back on their vlog game, so does this mean that vlogs are making a comeback? Of course, vlogging didn't really disappear, but instead, it immigrated to live streaming along with its audience. In 2015, Twitch only had 100 million monthly users, but by 2023, they had over 240 million, with the just chatting category being the most popular one by far. And the same goes for reaction videos, where around 2015 to 2016, it felt impossible to avoid a Fine Bros video from appearing on your YouTube feed. Now they are few and far between outside the live streaming world. And all of this points to just one simple fact, and that is viewers and consumers are no longer interested in any fluff or fat. So if you want to succeed, then you need to be making tight, well-executed content that delivers exactly what the audience is looking for. And creators that have already figured this out are now soaring to new heights never before seen, thanks in large part to changes in how young people make their purchasing decisions. 33% of Gen Z have bought a product based on an influencer's recommendation in just the last 3 months alone. And this trend shows absolutely no signs of slowing down, with a recent report that states 89% of marketers who work with influencers plan to keep up or increase their investment into this style of marketing in 2025. But now, how can you get on board the gravy train? Well, first, you need to think about other platforms, especially if you're focused on increasing your income. I don't need to tell you that short form content is a must, but you might be shocked to learn just how profitable it is becoming. According to a study from Demand Sage, of 1,500 creators who make money on social media, 30% of the respondents reported that TikTok is the top platform for generating income, whereas 26% said YouTube pays the most. And this is all thanks to TikTok's new creator rewards program that saw payouts increase from 0.02 to 0.04 cents per thousand views, all the way up to $4 and $8 per thousand views. But now, if money isn't your motivation, and you're more focused on getting the biggest reach possible, then LinkedIn might actually be your best bet, where according to Forbes, the platform has the potential to outperform even Instagram in terms of engagement. This is because on Instagram, creators with 40,000 followers might get around 8,000 views, while on LinkedIn, they could see double that with a way more targeted audience. I find that pretty hard to believe, but if speaking to the masses is your goal, then you know where to start now. That means I also got to update my LinkedIn page. Now, we'll be talking about the changes coming to YouTube in just a second, but we can't forget about podcasting. You know, the beautiful virus that continues to infect the world. But I think the success of this medium really relates to what it is that we're talking about that was in the graveyard. People can't or just won't sit down to watch an 11-minute day in the lifestyle vlog anymore because they want to consume content while they're living their own day in the life. You know, washing dishes, mowing the lawn, riding the bus, and podcasting is the perfect medium for doing just that. It's like I said, people are now searching for podcasts more than blogs, and the US currently has 129.9 million active listeners. And the number of worldwide listeners now has over 500 million. But even this new medium has an evolution that's taking place. And that evolution, strangely enough, is video, where 31% of weekly podcast listeners over the age of 13 chose YouTube as their service that they listen to the most, and that's over both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Because video can add an extra layer of engagement to the viewer, and it allows listeners to connect with hosts more personally and enhance the overall content experience, which is good for them and even better for their advertisers, with podcasting now accounting for 4% of their yearly global marketing budgets. The growth in video podcasting is in large part thanks to podcasters uploading well-edited clips onto TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, which is then giving them exposure to a much bigger audience. I mean, just look at the Talk Tuo podcast. A single viral clip.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk
and spit on that thing. You get me?
has now turned into an empire through nothing more than constant short-form exposure. And it has gotten to the point where even now, short-form content creators will fake an entire podcast setup just for their videos because they know how captivating it can be. Now, I'm not suggesting that you copy and paste that idea because believe me, you will get some hate comments out there. But it is essential for you to know that getting involved in podcasting in 2025 is more important now than ever. And if you want to learn more about video versus audio podcasting, then check out this video right here. But if we're talking video, then what about the king? Well, YouTube still has over 2.5 billion with a B monthly active users. But now what they watch has changed because now we are seeing a rise of narrative-driven documentary content that both educates and entertains, or what I like to call edutainment. The managing director of YouTube Global, Kim Larson, had this to say.
Don't make the distinction between what is studio-led content versus what is creator-led content. And particularly if you're a viewer, you don't make that distinction anymore.
And this means that now viewers don't care about a perfect 4K video with thousands spent on editing. They just want to be entertained or informed because it's the content that matters. And the algorithm is becoming more sophisticated, tailoring recommendations to individual user preferences and behavior. And this means creators must focus on understanding and catering to their audience needs. And now for you, that means pick a niche, stick with it, and don't put so much time and energy into the overall production value. But there will also be big changes in how people find your content, with ChatGPT suggesting videos and content within its answers. So this means it's more important now than ever for creators to optimize their titles, their descriptions, and tags for search engine optimization. And we'll be talking a little bit more about how to take advantage of this trend in an upcoming video, so make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss that one. If you want to get started on this new simple style of video editing, then you need to be using Podcastle because it is a free all-in-one recording, editing, and publishing package that is perfect for everyone. You can create simple videos with high resolution and use their AI tools that will help you edit in just minutes. And now you can also get access to their promo code linked down in the description for 50% off your first month of Podcastle Pro, so you can use their incredible suite of one-click AI editing tools. So now, more than ever, is the time for your voice to be heard. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.